Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about blood. So let's get started. Color of blood. Blood is red. This is due to the presence of hemoglobin, an iron-containing protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen to the organs and tissues. When hemoglobin binds with oxygen, it becomes bright red in color. However, when deoxygenated, it becomes a darker red. The texture of blood. The texture of blood can be described as thick and sticky, similar to honey or molasses. This is because blood is a complex mixture of cells, proteins, and other components that are suspended in a liquid. The cells, including red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, give the blood its thickness, while the liquid component, known as plasma, gives it its sticky consistency. How much blood does the human body hold? The average adult body contains about 5 liters of blood, which makes up about 7% of their body weight. However, this can vary depending on factors such as body size, age, and overall health. For example, larger individuals will generally have more blood than smaller individuals, and athletes may have more blood due to their higher muscle mass. What are the different types of blood? There are actually two main types of blood: arterial blood and venous blood. Arterial blood is the blood that is pumped away from the heart through the arteries, and it is typically bright red in color due to the high concentration of oxygen. Venous blood, on the other hand, is the blood that is returned to the heart through the veins, and it is typically a darker red color due to the lower concentration of oxygen. Does blood have a weight? Yes, blood has a weight. In fact, it has a specific gravity of about 1.06, which means that it is slightly denser than water. This is due to the high concentration of proteins, cells, and other components that are dissolved in the blood. On average, the human body contains about 5 liters of blood, which would have a weight of approximately 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. Does blood have a cost? Yes, blood has a cost. In fact, it is one of the most expensive substances in the world. This is because it is so complex and difficult to produce. The cost of blood varies depending on several factors, including the rarity of the blood type and the intended use. For example, the cost of a single unit of blood, which is typically about 450 milliliters, can range from $200 to $400. Is there business in blood? Yes, there is a business in blood. In fact, the blood industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is because there is a constant demand for blood and blood products such as plasma and platelets. The blood industry includes companies that collect, process, and distribute blood, as well as companies that develop new technologies and therapies related to blood. Thank you for watching. See you next time.